And that is one very easy, very elegant dish. You can serve to company, you can make it on any weeknight, and I can't wait to try this. Make sure you get a little bit of chicken, a little bit of sauce, and some fabulous spinach. Perfectly moist, perfectly luscious, absolutely a very divine dish. Hi, come cook with me. I'm Stella V, and I'm so excited to welcome you, and I'd like to welcome so many new subscribers to my channel. What we do on this channel is we bring you classic dishes made really simple using the Instant Pot. With these very few simple ingredients, you can create this elegant dish that is delicious. Tonight we'll be making chicken Florentine, sometimes called chicken à la Florentine. Anytime you hear the word Florentine or even Tuscan in a dish, it really will let you know that it has spinach in it. We'll hit the saute button, and as the pot warms up, we've added some oil, and soon we'll add our chicken. And what we'll be doing is just simply sauteing the chicken for 3 or 4 minutes on each side, just to give it a nice crust. As you can see, we've taken those lovely chicken breasts and they're nicely seasoned. We'll add them to the Instant Pot, and we'll just wait for a nice crust to form on that chicken and give it a nice sear, and that will lock in the juices. Chicken Florentine, it's a versatile dish, it's elegant. You can serve it over pasta, you can serve it with a risotto, brown rice, or even roast potatoes and green beans, and that makes an elegant meal. It's been about 2 minutes, and the chicken is developing a really beautiful sear on one side, so we're just going to turn that over. And not only does that sear lock in flavor, but it actually puts a lot of flavor onto the bottom of that pan. Now that's a beautiful golden color, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Color equals flavor. Now that the chicken's removed, we're going to add 3 cloves of chopped garlic into that oil and just give it a quick little stir. This won't take long. You do not want to burn that garlic. I have half a cup of white wine, and that's going in. It'll stop the cooking process. And very important, in this step, we have to make sure that all that brown flavor that's been on the bottom of the pot gets scraped off really carefully. This step is so important. Now we're going to turn off the saute button. We're almost finished, and I mean, how quick and easy is that? Time to put our chicken back in. We'll just nestle that on the bottom. Lovely broth all over. And now it's time to put our final liquid in. I have half a cup of chicken stock. Give it another good stir, and you can just smell that beautiful garlicky chicken flavor in here. It's delicious. And also make sure you put in any juices that may have escaped from that chicken. It's all good flavor. I promised you simple. Time to put the lid on, make sure it's in the sealed position, and we're going to set the timer for 6 minutes on the pressure cook. While the pressure cooker is doing its thing and cooking that chicken breast, let's talk about the finishing touches. There's only a few steps left, and once we remove the lid, we'll be adding 2 cups of spinach. That's 2 cups of baby spinach. It looks like a lot, but you know what spinach does, it wilts right down. I've got some heavy whipping cream, and in this case, I would really suggest keeping to the heavy whipping cream. It thickens up quickly and beautifully, adds a really luxurious flavor to it, and you don't use as much as you would if you were perhaps using half and half. And you really don't want to put milk in it because it's not rich enough for this wonderful dish. While the pressure is working away to cook that chicken in a beautiful moist way, we'll also be adding freshly grated Parmesan cheese to the dish. And I would always suggest buying the block of Parmesan cheese and using my favorite tool, the Microplane, to easily grate it. It works like a charm, and it gives you fresh grated cheese in an instant. Another tip, when you keep your rinds from the Parmesan cheese, you've paid for it, it's delicious flavor, do not throw away the rind. I keep a little baggie in my freezer with all my rinds, and you can always add them to soups and stews, risottos, so much flavor, it packs a punch, and it's something that just comes from the residue from your cheese. Don't throw it away. Chicken Florentine. Once you master this dish, and that will be an easy thing to do when you see how simple I made it today, you can also use it as a base for other dishes. Tuscan chicken. Add sun-dried tomatoes and mushroom, and you have a whole other dish, Tuscan chicken. Using my Microplane, see how quickly and easily, effortlessly, and we have freshly grated cheese. We're now at 1 minute. We'll just let it naturally release for 1 more minute, and then we'll add our finishing magic touches, the spinach, the cream, and it'll all come and blend together beautifully. Not ready to make the dish today? Hit subscribe and look for the recipe in the description. The reason we don't put the cream or the spinach in at the beginning of the process, under pressure, the cream would curdle, the spinach would wilt into nothingness. And the heat from the keep warm is enough to cook both of those in and make that luscious sauce. And now that I've let it naturally release for just a minute, we're going to release the steam and let the rest of it escape. The button has dropped. We're ready to take that lid off. Smells wonderful, and you can see the chicken is still plump and moist and just delicious. Just to make it easier to handle, I'm going to quickly remove the chicken just for a minute while I blend in the other ingredients. And you can see how moist and plump and flavorful they look. We're adding all that spinach, and it'll quickly wilt down. Give it a stir. And time to add the cream and develop the beautiful richness. And you can see how it's got that beautiful depth of color from all that browning of the chicken. You can still see some of those brown bits to add flavor. In order to thicken the sauce even more, I've got a bit of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon with a little bit of water, and I'm going to add that to the sauce. And cornstarch is your friend with an Instant Pot. It quickly thickens up and gives you a beautiful, luscious consistency in any sauce. And you can see how that spinach is wilting, but it still retains its beautiful green color and shape. I'm going to turn off the keep warm and just put the saute button back on a little bit, and we'll add in the chicken and have this bubbling away around those beautiful chicken pieces. And we're not going to lose that flavor. The chicken's juices are being poured back in as well. As you can see, that sauce is thickening, it's bubbling, it smells delicious, and I can't wait to try it. All we have left to do is put on some beautiful Parmesan cheese to finish this delicious dish. And that is one very easy, very elegant dish. You can serve to company, you can make it on any weeknight, and I can't wait to try this. Make sure you get a little bit of chicken, a little bit of sauce, and some fabulous spinach. Perfectly moist, perfectly luscious, absolutely a very divine dish. That's a dish you'll want to serve over and over again. Be sure to subscribe, especially if you're not going to make the dish today. Leave me a comment. I love to hear your feedback, and I do reply to each of them. because I'm Stella V. And if you like what you see, hit subscribe, leave a comment, tell me that you subscribed, and I'll reply. And here's the next video to watch if you're on your smartphone or tablet.